Has someone ever been fired because of you? I worked night shift at Memorial Hospital's lab for 3 years. The graveyard shift is tough. 3 a.m. blood draws, stat samples from the ER, and bone-deep exhaustion. But I loved my team. We were tight-knit when the rest of the world was asleep. That changed when Mark transferred to our department. He came with impressive credentials from prestigious hospitals. Management was thrilled. Initially, I was too. The first few weeks were normal. Mark was quiet but efficient. He processed samples quickly and rarely made mistakes. We even grabbed breakfast after shifts occasionally. Then I noticed odd patterns, small inconsistencies in how Mark logged samples. Nothing major, just enough to make me pause. When critical trauma cases came in, he always volunteered to handle them. One chaotic night, we received multiple samples from a major car accident. 5 victims, all critical, all needing immediate blood work for emergency surgery. Mark took the samples into our secondary processing area rather than using the main analyzers. Need help? I called over. All good, he replied without looking up. Just giving these priority treatment. The next morning, Dr. Patel from the ER called, frustrated. We requested O negative for the accident victim in Trauma 1, but the lab results showed B positive. We almost gave incompatible blood. A mistake like that could have ended someone. I checked our records. Mark had processed those samples. I started watching more carefully. 3 nights later, another critical case came in. This time, I positioned myself where I could see Mark's workstation. What I witnessed made my stomach drop. He deliberately switched labels between 2 patient samples before processing them. This wasn't accidental. This was intentional. I needed evidence before making accusations. For 2 weeks, I documented everything. Dates, times, sample numbers. I even captured photos showing the sample switches. One night, I confronted him in the empty break room. Mark, I've noticed you switching patient samples. What's going on? His expression didn't change. He took a slow sip of coffee. You're imagining things. Maybe you need more sleep. I've documented it, Mark. Multiple instances. That's when his demeanor changed. His eyes locked on mine. Look around. We're understaffed, overworked, and administration doesn't care. Sometimes things need to get messed up before they fix the system. Nobody's passed away yet. My blood ran cold. You're deliberately creating errors to force them to hire more staff? Controlled errors, he corrected. Just enough to highlight the problem. They'll never invest in proper staffing until something goes wrong. By putting patients at risk, people could pass, Mark. He shrugged. Collateral damage happens in every fight. Besides, the nurses usually catch the discrepancies. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. He was gambling with people's lives to make a point about staffing. You need to stop today. Or what? His voice hardened. Nobody will believe you over me. I spent the next day organizing my evidence and went directly to Dr. Huang, the lab director. She listened as I explained everything, then reviewed my documentation. These are serious accusations, she said. I'll need to investigate personally. For the next week, nothing happened. Then security cameras were installed in our processing areas, small, discreet ones. 2 nights later, during a busy shift, Dr. Huang and the hospital's chief of staff appeared unannounced. When a trauma case came in, Mark followed his usual pattern, taking the samples to the secondary area. This time, Dr. Huang followed him. I heard raised voices, then security was called. After reviewing the footage and comparing it with my documentation, Mark was fired on the spot. As security escorted him out, he lunged at me, screaming that I'd ruined everything. It took 3 guards to restrain him. The aftermath wasn't easy. My tires were slashed. Someone broke into my locker. Anonymous calls came to my apartment at odd hours. Last month, I testified at his medical board hearing. His license was permanently revoked. Turns out he'd done this at 2 previous hospitals, causing at least 1 documented patient injury.